my channel. This is Self-Care Tarot, and today we are looking at who misses you. So we have 4 piles here to choose from today. In each pile we're going to look at who this person is, why they miss you, and if you're interested in furthering the connection, like what the energy is looking like for you now. So like I said, we have 4 piles for you here to choose from today. Pile 1 is represented by the card, What Do You Really Want? Pile 2 is represented by the card Fierce Serenity. Pile 3 is represented by the card Make a Mission Statement for Your Soul. In pile 4, we have the card You Are Living Poetry. Okay. So if you need to, take a moment to meditate on which of the 4 piles is calling you in. If you are totally new to tarot readings, hi, welcome, great to have you here. What you're going to do is you are going to choose the pile based on either the card, the appearance of the pile itself. They're rather messy today, and I feel like character in your stacks of cards really helps to choose as well. So whatever is calling you into a specific pile, take that, run with it. So you will head down to the description box below to get the timestamps, or they're also in the pinned comment as well. And you can also pick more than one. There may be more than one people who miss you. Your person may be a combination of 2 of the piles, or more of the piles, honestly. So take as much time as you need. Like I said, if you need to pause the video and think about it for a bit, go ahead and do that now, because we will be starting with pile number 1. Hey there, pile 1. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be the reading for if you chose this card. What do you really want? Pile number 20, the number 27 on that card. Pile number 27 sounds like a very, very long video. So today we've just got 4, and you guys are the first. So we're going to look at who is this. So I have some cards here to look at that first. I'll put this just right here with my candle. Who is this? We're going to have these 2. I might need to move some stuff around. My first pile is always my figuring out where things go. Okay, and then that card as well. So actually, I'll do that. Make it symmetrical. Okay. So first off, we have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay. Then we have the Hanged Man. And today, I will tell you guys, I'm not reading reversals today. I felt really called to read all the cards upright. That's not usually my style. But something about today's reading, maybe some of you have been pretty distant from this person, and I just felt called to read them upright to make the messages as clear as possible. Sometimes reversals, at least the way I read them, the energy is blocked, and so I can have a hard time getting a handle on why it's blocked. So today, all uprights. But anyway, so we've got the 5 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man. We also have the Earthworm, or who is this person? We have got Hotter Than Blue Blazes, number 36, passion, sensuality, amorousness, chemistry, longing, instant crush. Okay. Then we have Take the Next Step Now, and religion and spirituality. Okay. So this, you guys, I get a sense that this person is blocked from you for some religious reason. This person, maybe you had religions that differ, and their beliefs were the reason that they did not stay in your life. Maybe you had conflicting beliefs, but I don't think that this person was as turned off by your beliefs as they were the idea that you did not have the same ones, if that makes sense. So like, so what I'm getting is like, if they had a very specific set of beliefs, it wasn't that you had other beliefs, it was that you did not have theirs, if that makes sense. So they are like, if this is a romantic connection, like they are looking for someone with their same set of beliefs. And that might have played a part in why they like have stepped out of your life for the moment. So very interesting. I feel like they, because I'm seeing that with the religion and spirituality card, as well as the Five of Pentacles, that they followed that, but then now they do miss you. And they're very, like, if this is the case, they're being very strict on themselves within this religion and within their beliefs, to keep from approaching you. They feel like they're stuck in whatever situation that they're in, that this has created. They feel like they're enlightened, but then at the same point in time, they don't, like, they're not moving anywhere, you know? So they're definitely like tied to this. They're tied to whatever their beliefs are here. And that, you know, it may end up serving them in the long run. It may not. We're not looking at that here. We're just looking at like who this person is. So this person was somebody who took a step back from you and your connection because of their beliefs, but they really wanted to go further with you, and they would have if those beliefs had lined up, if that makes sense. So this can be a romantic connection, this can be a platonic connection, but if it was a platonic connection, they would have to be very, very strict in their belief system, because I think platonic connections, a lot of times you don't have the same amount of stringency as somebody that you're trying to pick as your life partner in terms of like matching and coexisting beliefs. But you know, sometimes that happens. Sometimes that people are strict enough that their belief systems need to match to the letter for every person that they spend a significant amount of time with and invest a significant amount of energy into. But I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is definitely going to be a romantic connection, just because this Hotter Than Blue Blazes is definitely talking about, like, I mean, chemistry and instant crush. It's talking about longing. This person has had you on their mind, and probably you have had them on your mind before, in a romantic way, or just in a way that you're very attracted to this person. Like, you find this person very attractive one way or the other. But then with the earthworm, I feel like they are very much tied to their roots, tied to where they came from. They're definitely, I feel like with the earthworm, in a pretty healthy place with their religion and spirituality. I think that it comes from a healthy state of mind, but the results might not always match up what they in the long term are going for, if that makes sense. So I feel like this is a pretty balanced person, but just that these beliefs that they're holding are just like, they hold them just tightly enough that it did not include you in their full picture. So really interesting stuff. Let's take a look at why they miss you. So I'm getting here from the Hotter Than Blue Blazes, they and they take the next step. Now they felt a lot of urgency in moving towards you, especially if this is a romantic connection. I think that this, like, attraction is something that they still think about. So we'll tuck those up there. So yeah, I'm not certain, like, what else we're gonna pull here. But we also have It's Raining Cats and Dogs, temporary intensity, surrender, this too shall pass, release and cleansing. Okay. And what is the texting equivalent of long-winded? Okay. Yeah, so with both of these cards, I feel like they have a lot that they want to tell you. I think that they have a lot going on right now, and that they want to reach out to you and be long-winded, and like that they just feel like you had this connection that they really appreciated. They wanted to take this next step with you. They were ready to go. There was only this that was holding them back. And they're asking, like, they're questioning that, and they're like, what do I really want? Because they want to reach out to you, and like get your perspective on things and have your support. And that is why they're missing you right now. They really just want to speak with you and tell you everything that's been going on. This might be a particularly difficult season for them, in some cases. But yeah, I'm not sure what that could be for them. Of course, we're not looking at that in this reading. We're just looking at why they're missing you, and the energy between you is this energy of they want to reach out and be in connection with you again, because they have so much going on. So yeah, then let's look at if any of you are thinking about this and want to further this connection. Let's look at what energy we have in that case. So we have every problem is a messy, beautiful gift. We have the card Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. We have a fiery climax approaches, full moon in Aries. And we have show the world the real you, full moon in Aquarius. Okay, so I definitely feel like with this card, this is saying stick to your guns, stick to your beliefs. Don't, like, if you do want to further this connection, don't change who you are just to fit in with what they're more comfortable with at this point in time. That's a very important message that I'm getting here. Then with a fiery climax approaches, I definitely feel like some of you could be reaching out. They could be reaching out to you. You could be reaching out to them. And that it will, like, that is what this climax that they're talking about is in this card. But with that, if that's the case, I feel like this might just be like a one-time thing, this like fiery climax, and then like after the top point, of course, it has to like fade back down, right? So I think that this might be like, and this climax could be as short or as long as you like. This could even be like you reach out to each other and like that's when it works, you know? So that's not necessarily the case, but for some of you, it will be just like you reach out, you have a good, like, solid connection. You have this like long-winded texting conversation where you just talk about anything and everything under the sun. And then you return to normal, like you return to this place where you are now, just having had that experience. But for others of you, you know, this could end up going further. Just take it as it resonates for your situation. I feel like you guys know which camp you would be in based on the degree of separation that you have from this person. Yeah, and then Keepers of the Earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. I feel like you guys, your ancestors are watching over you. I think that they're watching this connection and they know that it has meaning to you. And they're here to support you and supporting in showing the world the real you here. I think that there's a lot of opportunity for growth behind the situation, and I think that they're here to facilitate that growth in you, especially seeing that every problem is a messy, beautiful gift. I think that, like, that again is speaking to like what an experience this connection is for you, and like how meaningful it is going to be in the long run. in your personal history. And so yeah, definitely don't look at this as an, oh no, like we're so far removed now. We're either far apart, or we're just, it's been years since we've talked to each other, or, you know, just so many circumstances have come between us. Look at those problems as like gifts, as things to learn from, as things to like gather more of who you're becoming from. So yeah, okay, pile 1, that is what I am seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been awesome to have you here. I really had fun with this reading. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Next week we are doing a What Do They Think of Me reading. So if you're interested in this person some more, or in any other person, we're going to tackle that next week. Yeah, and I will see you guys then. Bye. Hey there, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be the reading for if you chose the card Fierce Serenity, number 8. So we are going to take a look at who is missing you. So I've got some tarot cards here today. I have some different oracle cards for us to look at. And we are just going to hop right in and see. So for our tarot cards, we have got the 7 of Cups and the World. Okay, so I told pile 1 as well. So for today, I'm reading my entire tarot deck that I drew from, reading them upright instead of reversals as well. I just felt called to do it for this reading. It's not what I typically do, but felt called to do so for this reading for whatever reason. So we ran with it. These are the cards that we have. So got the 7 of Cups in the World. Also we have the Hawk. Number 18, barking up the wrong tree, dead end, stalemate, not now, lack of clarity, perspective shift needed. Okay. Then we have changing your mind. And lastly, courage. Oh, that's a beautiful one. Okay, so who is this person? Who is missing you? Okay, I feel like this person, whoever they were definitely confused. You have the 7 of Cups, barking up the wrong tree, and changing your mind. So whoever it was, they very much were all over the place when it came to decision making. Maybe they made the wrong decision for something, and then it ended up being the wrong decision, and so they changed their mind to do something different. That's super general and not very specific to what we're looking at, but who is missing you? This person, they're represented by the Hawk, who is very, honestly, the opposite of these cards here. A hawk is usually very like, we think of them as decisive, as like sharp as a tack, eyes like a hawk. Like they're very good at like honing in on things and going for it. So whoever this is, this may be out of character for them. So it might be that this, like, when you knew them, they were more of the hawk, but now they feel like they've gone somewhere else and have started barking up the wrong tree. That all of a sudden, like, they had too many choices and they didn't know which direction to go. They've been changing their mind a lot more. So yeah, this may be somebody who is typically a very steady, very goal-oriented, very guided person who comes across as like typically very professional, like they have it all together. They have that like sharp, masculine, action-oriented energy. But then right now they're very confused. Or it may be the opposite. It may be that during the time that they knew you, that was when they were going through their time of confusion. And that is why, like, that might be part of why they're missing you, is that you helped them through that point when they were kind of like without guidance. Yeah, and then with the World here, I think that they, if that was the case, if you were there during that time, I think that that meant a lot to them, that you showed them that it doesn't have to all be one way or the other, that there's more than one way to be in the world, instead of this really focused energy. So if you have helped anyone through a situation like that, like, that would probably be the person that is missing you right now. And then courage, I think that this situation lent them a lot of courage. So yeah, that's kind of what I'm seeing going on now. So yeah, we can actually, I forgot to do this with the first pile, but the first pile's message came across very, very clearly, but let's get some charms to see if we have any other guidance for how you might know this person, who this person is. Okay. So we have infinity symbol. It's talking about cycles. You guys may have like known each other like for a long time. Your friendship may have gone through cycles, or your relationship may have gone through cycles. This is very much like on again, off again type of a thing. This may be like you popped up in one place in their life and then like had a low period like where you didn't see them at all, and then suddenly they popped up again. Like, this is talking about old friends, this is talking about reconnecting, stuff like that. So you guys may have had a excuse me, a pretty extensive history with this person. We also have this cowboy boot with the horseshoe. So you may have, like, I'm hearing like Western movies. If you watched any Western movies together, some of you that may resonate for. This may be like a Western person. They may dress very good old Southern Texas boy or girl, or you know, whoever. They may like to ride horses. Some of them, that may not resonate for all of you. That's pretty specific, but horses may be involved somehow, some way. Yeah, just a Western theme to something connecting you guys. Then we have this little golden flower here. We also have this red rose. So yeah, this may have been a romantic connection with this red rose, or there may be, I'm also seeing here like theater. You may have known somebody if you ever did like acting or performance art of any sort. I see like red roses like this being thrown onto a stage or given as gifts like during or after a performance. That may be this person with this little golden flower. It's like not a super specific message, but nature involved there. One of you might enjoy nature, or hiking, or being out in nature, or just flowers in general. Yeah, definitely like a flower theme going on there. So yeah, that hopefully that provided some of you with a little bit of extra help in identifying who this person is, if these cards up here were not quite as specific. I think too here the world with the performance art lends itself to that as well. So yeah, I'm going to put these with our Fierce Serenity card here, and we will continue on with our reading. So the next question we're going to look at answering is, why do they miss you? So we have those two cards there set aside for that. So why do they miss you? First we have number 12, whatever floats your boat, fulfillment, enthusiasm, follow your bliss, and money comes. Passion project, do you. Okay. Then we have, I have an overly developed clown chakra. Okay. So, with both of these, okay, so with the overly developed clown chakra, you may have helped this person through humor. They might be missing your sense of humor if you like to goof around, or even if you just like to goof around with this person in particular, especially if you were trying to cheer them up. I can see that they really treasured that about you or miss that about you, especially like if you enjoyed bad puns like the one in this card. I think that that's something that they think about and really miss being able to clown around with you. Here with whatever floats your boat, I think that they miss you because you were willing to go with the flow of life and with what you enjoyed. I think that during this time that they knew you, and probably even now if you had that developed in your past, they really admired your ability to follow just follow your own serenity with our Fierce Serenity card as well. It's like you guys had it all figured out without having anything figured out, like you knew where you were and where you were coming from, and you were doing you, and that is part of what they really miss about you. They miss being in that energy with you and casting their paper boats off into the water alongside of you, so that's really sweet. So let's take a look now. So that is why they are missing you. Let's take a look now at if you are interested in furthering this connection, if you know who this person is, if you're interested in furthering this connection, what kind of energy that we have coming in there for doing so. So we have expectation means a desire and a belief are in the same place. A desire hasn't come. Notice less of what is and put that in the past. Imagine, believe, and expect. Okay. Then we have the card Mirror, who or what is triggering you. We have the card Your Dreams Need a Practical Plan, Full Moon in Taurus. And lastly, Believe in the Impossible, Blue Moon. Okay, so you guys, with this Believe in the Impossible card, you may be like so far separated at this point that it feels like an impossible space to overcome, whether this is like time, distance, or just things that have come in between you. You may have even had a conflict when this ended, and it may feel impossible to reconnect from this point. I think here with Mirror, who or what is triggering you definitely speaks to like you being afraid of reapproaching this connection for some reason. If that's like a real honest fear, like if something happened and you're like, no, this person isn't going to be good for me, I say follow that and don't approach this person again. But if this was something that like it's more of just like a nervousness and you don't want to approach this person because you don't want to like come across as this way or that way, like if it's something that like is more of a nervousness and a superficial reason for being nervous, like you're looking too much at yourself here in this mirror, and this is saying that like you can be aware that you're doing that in this situation and potentially like release some of that negative energy that you're carrying with you about this. Your dreams need a practical plan. I'd say that if you were to approach this person, you would need like a strategy of some sort to be able to, well, not even to be able to do so, but like just have something, like have a strategy in mind. So if this is like you want to reach out to this person via text, like figure out like why you're texting them, figure out like what you want the message to contain, if you want it to be like, figure out like what you're looking for from this connection, from reinstating this connection, and like lay that out in front of you to be able to like plan out how you're going to approach them, if that makes sense. So like, for example, if I wanted to reach out to someone that I haven't talked to in a couple of years, maybe somebody that I knew pretty well a couple of years ago, but then they moved, we switched, like we were in the same spot, like in the same school or same job, and then left. Figure out what you want from that person. So if I just wanted to reconnect and like meet up with them and say, like, catch up and say, hey, how's it going, I might like text them and have a plan and just be like, yeah, you know, it's been a few years since we talked, but I know that like way back when I really enjoyed talking to you, and I would love it if you wanted to get together and like have coffee or something and catch up, you know. So figure out what it is that you want, and then express that in how you approach them. And I think that your results will be really successful if you do that. And then here, this card, expectation, means a desire and a belief are in the same place. If a desire hasn't come, notice less of what is and put that in the past. Imagine, believe, and expect. So what I think that is saying is just that like just like realizing how you're framing your expectations, right? Like if you believe that you are going to get into contact with this person again, then like you can come to expect that, you know, because that is your desire to come into connection with this person again. So this is saying, you know, like, notice less of what is and put that in the past. So this again is very much so talking about this over analyzing and looking too much at yourself in the mirror and saying like, I think that this is this way, and putting those beliefs in the past. You know, we can create anything from our reality that we want to create, and so holding on to those "this is how it is" beliefs are actually really limiting to where we move in the future. So yeah, okay, pile 2, that is what I am seeing for you guys. I really hope that you enjoyed this reading. I hope that it answered your question of who is missing you. So yeah, definitely, if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Next week we are doing a what do they think of me reading. So this could be for this person that you're asking about today, or for somebody completely different. Either way, I hope that you guys will come back and visit me then, and I will see you soon. Bye. Hey there, pile 3, welcome to your reading. This is the reading for if you chose the card Make a Mission Statement for Your Soul, number 58. So let's take a look. We're going to find out who is missing you. So we've got some tarot cards and oracle cards to look at that first. Then we're going to look at why are they missing you, and if you are interested in furthering that connection, what the energy around that is. So our tarot cards today, we have the Queen of Wands and the Six of Pentacles. So today I felt really called to read my tarot cards upright, so my entire deck was upright today. I don't typically do that. I typically read reversals as well, but for whatever reason today felt called to do so, so we went with it. So for this person, we also have them represented by the buffalo. We have the card number 10, swinging on the front porch, good times, cozy feelings, slow down, be in nature, thankfulness. Okay, so some really slow energy here. Then we have grief work, as well as the card heavenly signs. Okay, wow, this is a powerful connection, you guys. Okay. So yeah, like I said, this is some very slow moving energy, but it's also very powerful energy. I think here with the grief work card, either you or they were going through a period of grief during the time that you knew each other. Either you had lost someone dear to you or they had lost someone dear to them. So that's going to be a big sign of like time periods in your life that you may look at as to who is missing you. I think that there were some signs when you were in connection with this person that told you that this was an important connection within your life, or they also could have gotten some signs that like you were an important person in their life. Like whatever this was, you may have really helped each other through this grief, whatever it was. You may have even been experiencing grief at the same time, but that's going to be like a smaller number of you potentially, but still absolutely a possibility. But I think that during this time period when you knew each other, you had both very much like slowed down to handle this new information that was coming in. I think that you were waiting for your moment with the Queen of Wands. I think that you had plans, you had things going on, but they were put on pause because of this grief work that you were needing to do. Like I said, I can't tell who here was experiencing the grief, but the person who is missing you was very much like a steadfast person. They knew like when to show up for you, and they were like your rock, like your shoulder to cry on. Or like if this is the case, like if they were the person who was in grief, they seemed like just a very steady presence even despite that. So yeah, really, really interesting. I can hear myself talking and getting the energies mixed up. So I apologize if that is confusing to any of you, but hopefully you'll still be able to identify this connection either way. Then with this Six of Pentacles, I feel like the person who is missing you, they knew how to approach you and how to give you new information at just the right time, so if they were struggling, they knew, they were very conscious of their impact on you, because I get the sense that you're both very intuitive, very empathetic individuals, and I think that they really didn't want to overwhelm you with whatever it was that they were going through. And if you were going through this, I get the sense that they knew exactly how to approach you to not overwhelm you with the outside world as well. So this is very much like a gradual sense of connection and reapproaching, so there wasn't any overwhelm on your part. And I think that they were, even if they were the ones who were going through something, I think that they were still very protective of you during this time. I think that they might have wanted to guard you. I'm getting that sense as well. So this is such a sweet energy too, and really, really powerful. And I think I said that before, this is, you would know what this connection was when you were having this connection. It's probably one of the most powerful connections that you have ever had, or at least one of the most impactful, especially if you have gone through a period of grief, and had a connection during that time that meant a lot to you. Yeah, okay, so let's also, well, I was going to pull some charms for you guys, but I think that I just got the sense that that is not going to give us any productive messages. So yeah, I get the feeling that these situations are going to be so the charms are very, very specific a lot of times just because of their imagery, but I get the sense that this is the full message in terms of who is missing you for you guys. But let's take a look at why they are missing you right now. Even though I mean, this is such a powerful connection. How could you, if this is not in your life anymore, I don't know that you could resist missing this person, you know. So I have this card and that card right there. So why do they miss you? We have number 6, bless your heart, friendship, appreciation, devotion, worthiness, caring, playful teasing. Yeah. Oh, that is so sweet. Okay. And then we have, when someone says be normal, make sure they're not telling you to act common. Okay. Yeah, so I think they're missing you, you guys. I might cry. They're missing you because they still feel such a kinship to you. They still feel just this sense of devotion to you, even if you are in separation, even if there are things that have come between you, whether it be distance or time or extenuating circumstances. I think that they still have just such an appreciation for you, and they, like, if this was a romantic connection, I think that they're missing the friendship aspect of it, like almost more than any romantic aspect, if that makes sense. And that's like, that's big that you guys had such an amazing just relationship that it's the friendship that is missed. And I think they're also missing you here with this card. I think they're missing you as well because you never told them, like, to be anything other than what or who they are. So they might be encountering a situation right now where the people around them are trying to make them into something that they're not, and they're really missing that you just were happy with who they were and were devoted to who they were. So yeah, oh my gosh. My heart. Okay. I wasn't prepared for this today. I should have been. I should have known with a reading like this, you guys. But anyway, let's take a look at furthering this connection. If you want to reach out and reconnect with this person, what the energy surrounding that is looking like. So we have, time is a perceptual thing. When you are in your flow, time becomes irrelevant. That's the one. You have all the time in the world. Okay. Then we have the card deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Then we have, what do you need to release, the waning moon. And lastly, a new start is coming, new moon. Okay, yeah, so I think this is saying if you reached out to this person, you would pick up pretty much right where you left off. I think that there are some things in this connection that you need to release, like maybe some ideas of time or distance or separation, or like, I can't reach out to this person because XYZ. I think to overcome and reconnect, you would need to release whatever ideas of that you're holding back. And this might be very much a timing thing, in terms of, it may have been a while since you spoke with this person. But if you wanted to reach out, I I think that you would have to kind of realize that a connection like this spans more than time. Yeah, a connection like this spans more than time. You know, it looks like you held each other pretty deeply in your hearts, and that time doesn't necessarily affect that, if that makes sense. So yeah, there will always be that space in time that you held each other like with such a high regard, and with such an appreciation, that time hasn't affected that, like, how you assess them at all, or how they assessed you, by the same token. So yeah, okay. Then with deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held, I think that you guys, to determine whether or not like reapproaching this connection is going to be the right thing for you, because of course whenever we're approaching something really powerful like this that we know had such an impact on us, it can be really scary, especially if you don't want to mess things up, like mess the memories up that you did have. Like sometimes like things like this, they have their season, and you might just, if it ended in a good way, you might just want to leave it with that ending, and have that be your story as it is told. So with deep replenishment, I feel like if you did want to reconnect with this person, take a period of rest first. Take a period of rest, really like do a lot of journaling, do a lot of inner work, potentially some shadow work as well, and really look at yourself and how you are doing right now, before you approach this person, and look at why you might want to reapproach this connection. Like really define it for yourself, so that you can know as you're going in, like what you are hoping to accomplish, if this is just like starting a friendship again, or what needs to happen. And I think that your soul is going to tell you, you're going to feel nervous if you're like wanting something that isn't right for you, right? But if you're just wanting to like reach out and reconnect like in this way, and that feels like, if that doesn't bring up any tension within you, I think that is a good sign that that's how you should approach this person and how you should approach this connection at this point in time, right? Because some of you, like, if this was something that you wanted to approach as a romantic connection, but like your intuition was telling you that wasn't really what you needed at this point in time, like it's going to manifest as like some icky feelings, and just replenishing and listening to yourself and your intuition is going to tell you exactly what you need to know, in terms of approaching this connection anew. So then that brings us to a new start is coming. So I really think that you guys could reconnect with this person and have it be very effective. And I think that they would be receptive to it as well. But I think that it's not going to be as it was before. I mean, nothing ever is, right? But I think it's the start of a new chapter for you guys. So like whatever happened in the past, that is the story that was told at that point. And now this would be a totally new start. The connection would have similar threads running through it, of course, because you're both still like you, but it would be a totally different story that you're writing at this point in time. So I think that going into it with that perspective is really going to help you as well. Okay, pile number 3. That is what I'm seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I really enjoyed doing this for you guys. Like I said, this almost brought me to tears, because I'm so glad that you guys had somebody like this in your life. That is really wonderful and meaningful and amazing to see. So yeah, if you haven't already, definitely like down below if you enjoyed this video and subscribe to the channel. Next week we are doing a reading on what do they think of me. So this could be for this person, for a completely different connection, whatever you like, we can take a look at. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next week. Bye. Hey there, Pile 4. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be the reading for if you chose the card You Are Living Poetry, number 32. A beautiful card. I don't think we've seen that one on my channel yet. So very excited to see that, to have you guys here. So we are answering the question, who is missing you? So we have got some cards here to take a look at that, and then later on we will look at why they're missing you and how to further the connection if that is something that you are looking for. So with our tarot cards today, we have the Five of Swords as well as the Two of Pentacles. So I told the other piles already, today I felt really called to read all of my tarot cards upright. So every card in the deck, I turned it around to make it upright. I typically read reversals, but today I felt really called to read the message upright for whatever reason. One of my theories on that is if it's been a while since you've been in connection with this person, the messages a lot of times just come through clearer for me when I read totally upright. But anyway, so wanted to let you guys know that was what was going on here. But then we also have the card Firefly. We have the card number 2, Honey Child, abundance, fertility, belief, succor, growth, warmth, beginnings in your prime. Okay. Then we have the card Get Some Rest. Okay, this person may need to get some rest. Then we have the card Healing from the Past. Okay. So I definitely get the sense that with this Healing from the Past card, this is going to be a past connection, probably. A past connection, or if when you knew them, they were healing from the past, like, but they were healing like pretty significantly from the past. Like some things had gone down in their past, and when you knew them, they were working through that. And you knew that they were working through that. So yeah, this person, I think when you knew them, I think that I'm closer to being on the right track there with, like, when you knew them, they were very much healing from significant things in their past, because how they're coming through here is the Firefly. They definitely have a spark, but they seemed very small. Their energy was very small. They seemed like, I'm getting a sense that they were almost like timid, or like smaller than they usually are. Like, it just feels like everything inside of them was tight, but they were ready to come back, or not even come back, but like they had this incredible like power within them, but their energy itself was just very, very small. Yeah, so let's see here. So let's look at our tarot cards. So with the Five of Swords, I think that some of what they might have been healing from was people like stabbing them in the back, or people really, really doing them dirty. I get the sense that this was over a long period of time. They may have had some bullies. They may have experienced just some, yeah, I think bullying is very much the idea that I'm getting here. And they were walking away from that, and but it was still very much like looking over their shoulder and haunting them at that point. And this was very overwhelming for them to deal with. I think they were having to deal with normal life and healing from that at the same time. And I don't think that this was something that they were like able to balance as well as they thought, because like pictured this person who has like, I think on the outside they were this person who had like, they had like normal life in one hand, and then they also had like their healing and everything that they were trying to help with in the other. And it just like this, they were felt very much like burnt out on this. Like it just kept going, that they felt like they could never get enough rest to feel totally totally at ease here. Because on the outside they appeared at this person who was just juggling two things, but on the inside they felt like they had so little power to do this with. Like they had this spark of energy inside of them, but like this external power and ability to do things outside of themselves was so small. So they were really going through it. This person here with Honey Child, there may have been like a pregnancy involved here potentially. Something having to do with that could definitely be very, very impactful. So that might be the case in some situations. This also might be talking about just something that they wanted that they felt like they couldn't achieve, like this sense of abundance and this sense of like being in their prime, this sense of everything is like flowing in and going right, and having enough rest, having enough like nutrients, having enough to live off of, you know. So yeah, that's what I am seeing for who is missing you. Yeah, this person was really going through it. I'm not sure how they have adjusted since then, but I do hope that they have come through to find some better times for sure. Yeah, and this isn't saying that this is very far in the past either, so they could still be going through this now if they're missing you and you haven't been in separation for that long. So let's take a look at why do they miss you. So we have got these two cards here. We have the card number 39, Stomping Grounds, Origin, Nostalgia, Memories, Tradition, Tribute, Visit, Past Connection. Okay, definitely a past connection. Oh, that's huge. Okay. And then the card, you don't say boys will be boys when you're talking about men. Okay. Yeah. With these, I feel like you saw them as something more than what everyone else saw them as. With this card, like you don't say boys will be boys when you're talking about men. I think that whoever this was had certain expectations, whoever was bullying them or like just tearing them down. And this could, I say bullying, but this could have been like a connection with a parent that wasn't going well for them. It doesn't have to be like the traditional school bully sense of the word bully, just somebody who was like trying to tear them down, right? And I think that their self-esteem really took a hit from that. And I think that they're missing you because you told them that you were more than that you recognized all of the good things about them and reminded them when they were in this state where like, oh, I'm just not like worth this or worth that. And you were like, no, you already are. Like, what are you talking about? So I think they really missed that about you, that they felt like they could be their genuine selves and be recognized for their genuine selves when you were around, which is just a great connection to have with somebody in general. Like that is what a friendship looks like. A true friendship is being able to recognize the other person for who they are and the great things about them for who they are, right? So, excuse me. Okay. And then Stomping Grounds here, I feel like Yeah, you guys definitely, this was a connection pretty far in the past. So they might even feel now like they recognize more of what you saw in them, in themselves now that they've done more healing from this. But they're looking back and they're missing you because they recognize that you saw that in them all along, and that has really like helped them through their journey, is knowing that you saw them this way, like first, like you were there, like jumping off point, I guess, or like this one friend that they had that that really saw the good in them. So I think that's why they're missing you at this point in time. So let's take a look and see what we have here in terms of furthering this connection. So we have procrastination simply means you are not energetically ready. Don't push. You will get what you need done when you are ready, and it will be effortless. Okay, so that's definitely saying don't push this connection. I would even say with this, like, don't let them, like, you might let them reach out first. Here we have the card transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Yeah, they're definitely going through some deep healing. I feel like both of you may be going through some deep healing at this time, especially if this is coming up for your connection. And that might be why right now is just not a good time to reach out, that you're still both, like, you're both on your own path and you're both in a spot where you are like improving as individuals, you know. So if you were to come back together, it would have to be later on. Like right now you're on such different individual healing paths that it wouldn't be productive to have you come together again at this time. Oh my gosh, a time for healing, balsamic moon. Holy moly, you guys. Okay, so we have, what do we even have here? We have a time for healing, transformation, deep healing, healing from the past. Yeah. Okay. Wow. A lot of synchronicities in this one. So yeah, that's definitely saying it's a time for healing. Give it some time, let them approach you potentially. And then we have a time to give rather than take, new moon in Virgo, which again is I think is speaking to, like, right now, if either one of you were to reach out for each other, I think that you might be tempted to take from the other person. Like, you might just both be in places where you're healing, that you need to feel energy coming in towards you. So you might be tempted to take, like, if this person is feeling really nostalgic and wants to reach out to you because you played this role for them at this point in their life, they may be so urgently needing that from you again that they're going to be taking more than they are giving back to the connection, just because it's almost like they hold this, that they idolize how this connection was in the past, that they hold it in such high regard that they've kind of, like, in their memory, it's become something that they hold on to very tightly, and that isn't a healthy space for you to be in right now while you're doing your own transformation and healing. So yeah, so in terms of, like, furthering this connection, I would say just hold off for right now. In the future, I would say let them reach out as well. That things will happen very naturally when they're ready to happen, if they ever become ready to happen. But for right now, definitely focus on your own transformation. You're still glowing up and healing and changing yourself. So this is a really good, like, consistent message for you guys. So I really like that. That's awesome. Okay, pile 4. that is what I am seeing for you guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to give me a like and leave me a comment down below. Also subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Next week we are doing a reading on what do they think of me. So this can be, we can look at this person again for you. We can look at a totally different person. Romantic connections, non-romantic, whatever you want. We're going to be taking a look at that next week and seeing what they think of you. So yeah, definitely stay tuned, keep an eye out for that one, and I hope to see you guys then. Bye.